Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the lab. It is Sunday, January 21st, and unfortunately, we had a pretty disappointing weekend. And we were sponsored by Cap Sports, and they were tweeting out our picks. And yeah, we went one for three combined. I believe Luke was 0-1, and I was 1-2. So my overall record now is 2-4. And yours is 2-5.
2-5. Embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It really is. We're much better than what we're doing right now, and I think we're gonna. This will be a turning point, and we're gonna turn it around starting now.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Just to go over real quick, I picked the Cavs. Really thought prime time on ESPN that they'd turn things around, and just not the case. I mean, it really wasn't even close. I mean, from the opening tip, just frustrating because I've kind of thought that they weren't the team that they were last year, all year, but I kind of thought that they would start to, I don't know, start to turn things around, and just tough to watch, tough to watch, and going through a little bit of a slump here, but
Or you want to talk about the 148 points that they gave up? LeBron said that he's never given up 148 on any level in his entire life, and of course, Luke's lock is the game. LeBron decides to do that to him, so it's going to be hard to bet on the Cavs going forward, knowing how atrocious their defense is, and I don't see them having any urgency to really fix it. It's been a problem. I don't know if they can fix it because it's been a problem for a long time now. And maybe LeBron, he is one of those guys who just starts trying whatever month the playoffs are. Yeah, so I don't think he's worried enough to like really get mad about his team about it right now. I don't think he cares that much, to be honest, because he's been through so many seasons before, and he knows it only matters. He knows they're going to coast to the playoffs, and they're eventually going to have to address it. But yeah, that was a horrible, horrible performance by them on defense.
Yeah, I mean it's just sad because it's a lack of effort. I mean, you can't give up 148 points and say that you tried your hardest. To me, that's just me.
And as a professional, you're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play the game of basketball, and you're only doing half of your job if you think about it.
Mm.
Doing half your job, and you're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, that's like a dentist cleaning half your teeth.
Yeah.
I
mean,
it's like a teacher teaching you half the material.
Yeah.
It's just these guys shouldn't be paid unless they're performing at both ends of the court.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already have the money, so why even try that hard? But anyways, enough about LeBron. My picks were
your picks went.
Yeah, my picks were not much better. Wichita State had a horrible showing at Houston, and I believe they scored like 50 something points. Probably the worst offensive game they'll have all year. And that was disappointing. And then I had tried to bounce back with a pick on Kentucky. It was the Florida Gators at Kentucky, and it was a very small line. I think I got Kentucky at minus 124. Primetime game. You had College Game Day there. You had Kentucky coming off a loss,
mm-hmm.
and somehow that you had the Gators shoot, which I said in my write-up. I said that I think Kentucky's going to stifle their defense from the perimeter because they're good at defending the threes, and the Gators have been living off the three ball this season.
Mm.
And they did. The Gators shot 33% from the field, and they shot, I believe, 6 for 30 from three. And somehow, some way, the Gators walked out of Rupp Arena with a win, 66-64, and it was just a tough loss to swallow. I just like Kentucky's chances there, and then my last pick of the weekend was the. Luckily, we got a win. Thanks to Brady and Foles, the 7-point teaser with the Pats -1,
easily hit, yeah.
And the Eagles plus 10.5, which was
the Jags kind of gave you a little scare. A little bit, but
yeah, they did. I mean, Pats were down 10 in the fourth quarter, so
yeah.
And there was a point where they turned the ball over with like 12 minutes left and they're down 10. But it's like Brady just can't lose. Just the Patriots just can't lose. So yeah. So that was the difference between 2-4 and 1-5, and I'm gonna try to use that momentum into the pick for tomorrow, which I like Maryland. Maryland tomorrow on Monday, January 22nd. I like Maryland.
Okay.
They're playing at Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana's coming off a 85-57 loss at Michigan State.
That's ugly.
So, and they're 11-8 overall. So, it looks like all their wins this year have been against pretty poor quality teams, and every time they go up against a decent team, they lose. So, I just don't think Indiana's a very good team this year. The ESPN Index gives Maryland a 60% chance to win, and according to Seth Walder from ESPN Analytics, Monday's game at Indiana is important for Maryland's NCAA tournament chances. The Terrapins will have a 79% chance to reach the tourney with a win and a 57% chance with a loss. So you're talking about an 80% chance to make the tourney if they beat Indiana. So I think they'll be highly motivated, and I just think they're in the picture for making the dance, and Indiana really isn't. So I think Maryland will be very motivated to get the win against an Indiana team who isn't nearly as good as what they usually are. Okay. And the line is -1.5. So I'll probably take the money line or buy a half a point or something.
Okay. So you take Maryland money line.
Yes, lock Maryland.
Lock Maryland. Lock it in. We're definitely gonna have to show the fans that we're gonna be back after our slow start here. But for my lock, I want to put in the WizKids, the Wizards. They're going on the road against the Mavs, a rough team. The Wizards haven't been hot either, really, but they do have some rest. The last time they played was Friday. The Mavs played, I believe they played yesterday against the Blazers. They had a loss. So I'm looking for the WizKids to rebound. They're just a more talented team, really underachieved all year, and I think they're going to turn it around here on the road. 8:30. The spread is -2, but like I said, we got to lock in something. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to take the money line here.
Wizards money line. Yeah, that is surprising to see. Definitely that's a very tempting line, -2, just because how much better they do. They're famous for playing down to their opponents, so
yeah,
it does worry me a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing that does make me nervous is the coaching matchup. Rick Carlisle, great coach. Scott Brooks, kind of a little unproven, but like I said, I'm going to lock it in. I think the Wizards have more talent, and they have more rest, coming off what I think 3 days rest. So I like to lock it in. Wizards money line.
So we are locking in 2 narrow favorites on the road.
Yes. Yep.
And I just wanted to leave our fans with one last message, just because of how disappointing it's been early on, and we gotta get their trust. I can't say we gotta get their trust back because we never had in the first place. Mm-hmm. But I just want to leave them with a message that I think will spark a historic turning point in LabLock's history, and that quote is from the infamous Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Wow.
She said. Yes, which he said, "I'm ashamed of myself, I'm disappointed in myself, and I promise to be better. I will be better." LabLock signing off.